Hey everyone, welcome to another week of the King of the Hill tournaments. I am here with Spud. Hey Spud.
Hello.
He is joining us over audio with no video at the moment. Mind me is unfortunately unable to join us this week, but he has sent in additional pylons, and the challenge tonight is Spud against additional pylons. Spud was the champion from last week, defeated Sharkbot in a few fun games there. That was pretty good. So how are you feeling about this one?
Well, not very confident, but we were just discussing a bit with Mind Me about the matchup, and from what he said, that essentially there's one way his bot can play that always beats my bot, and otherwise my bot beats his apparently. But so it depends what he has done, I guess.
Yeah, and obviously the versions that we use for this are slightly different from the versions from the ladder. So hopefully that means it's not always going to be quite as predictable.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has sort of set it up to play against me properly, or if it's like going from game to game, seeing what works.
Yeah, I think you've got a fairly good winning record on the AI Arena ladder against additional pylons, don't you?
Not lately.
Okay. I mean, overall it's pretty good, but I think that maybe the last few ones have not been quite as good then.
Yeah, I think, well, recently I won a few games, but like the past month or two has been mostly losses, if I
Yeah.
remember right.
Well, we'll see what happens here. So MindMe is in chat, watching his bot from there, which is good. So hello there, MindMe. All right. So yeah, I think we can take a look at the first game now. MindMe, just quickly in chat, have you made any special preparations for Spud at all? Is, anyway, we'll let him respond in a bit. But yeah, so I mean, I think you're actually rising up the arena ladder quite well at the moment, aren't you? You're in 11th, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, well, I was fixing some stuff that made me lose to some bots that are a bit lower, where I just need to scout what they are doing and then respond somehow.
Yeah. So Mind Me is saying that he is making special preparations for your bot. He says your bot's a good bot. It is. It's a very good bot, and I think you've been developing it for pretty much over a year now, haven't you? How long have you been using it?
Well, the bot is like 2 years old, but I didn't work on it for like over 1.5 years in the between. So like a few months ago I started a bit more actively working on it again.
Cool. Yeah, so it should be a good fight.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look at game one anyway, shall we? Game one is on ice and chrome.
Yeah, are you starting?
Yeah, should we go? Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, down bottom left, it is the challenger coming into this game. Additional pylons. And up in the top right, the Terran champion. It is Spud.
Yeah, so additional pylons saying in the replay that it's starting with 3 bases, stalkers,
Yeah,
3 greedy bases. I don't know what the stalker's Kaitos 0% means, but that sounds like a build that would beat me. The 3 greedy bases, so let's see.
yeah. I mean, you're not overly known for massive early aggression, so it's something that plays into maybe one of your weaknesses.
Yeah, both that and also um, like generally what happens in these games I think is that when he makes Tempest, he can sort of pick my units off when they are sitting back, like I'm still defending, but they somehow end up chasing the Tempest, although that's not my intention. And then I lose a few units every once in a while, and then don't have enough.
Yeah. So just out of interest, how do you pronounce your bot? Is it Spudder, Spud, or Spuddy, or?
Well, in Finnish you would say spudde,
Okay, Spudder.
but it doesn't really mean anything. So
No, that's fine. It's I've been saying Spud because that's kind of like the easy English way of doing it, but you know.
yeah, yeah. In the Probots broadcast, I forget who it was, but their logic was that like Spud plus DE, so it's a German potato.
That actually works really well. Yep.
Although that's not what it means, but that was their logic.
That's pretty good. But I will say Spuda or Spud. I know I'm terrible at pronouncing things. But yeah, so I got the Reaper chasing the little poor drone away. Probe rather. Obviously.
Yeah, this is actually something that I should do better against additional pylon stat, because the first unit is quite late, and my Reaper could do quite some damage to the probes if it was like microed better, but it's like too hesitant and so on, so it doesn't accomplish much.
Yeah, it just doesn't want to die. But yeah, I think it was just around there chasing the scouting
Yeah,
probe rather than.
yeah, but like now when well, maybe it gets 2 probes at least.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now it's, for some reason, it's shooting at the Nexus. It shouldn't do that, but it's a bit work in progress.
Yeah, well, Stalker's out now, so that should deal with it.
Yeah.
It gets another probe, so that's alright.
And now it's looking for a scout, but it died, unfortunately.
I mean, there's not really a lot to scout in here at the moment. It's a pretty standard build from additional pylons, going up to 3 bases though, so.
Yeah, but it put down a Stargate.
Yeah.
And it's so deep in the bottom that I'm not sure if my scan will hit it when I will scan.
Yeah. But it's like you say, a very greedy build. It's 4 minutes into the game and you've already got 3 next side down. And yeah, throwing out a couple of stalkers as well. So coming down now. Phoenix coming out. I think you just about spot that Stargate there, so you do see it coming.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting that it makes Phoenixes first.
Yeah.
Even a second Phoenix, so that's quite curious.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that I scouted the Stargate, I should stop making tanks, I think.
Yeah, I think you definitely know this is coming. You also scouted it with one of your SCVs that was running around as well. So, yeah, I wouldn't call it a mass Phoenix build just yet, but there's 2 of them out. See if they get anything done. They're not really doing anything at the moment.
Yeah, now there's a fleet beacon down.
Yeah, looks like it's going into Tempests, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that something you deal well with at the moment?
No, but it's mostly down to I think using the units. Like now like make better units against Tempests at least, but it's just that like I don't
Yeah.
like deal with them well when they go above like unpathable terrain and so on.
Yeah. So MindV was saying in chat that the phoenixes are just for scouting information and not there to do any damage. And I'm guessing he's making another 4 of them though. So, oh no, wait, that's it's not making any more. Sorry, I had the units tab and the production tab. That was bad of me. But up on 4 bases now.
But it's making the Phoenix attack range upgrade. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I was looking at what's that upgrade, and it's making an attack range upgrade for them.
Yeah, it's very strange. And another base going down from additional pylons. That is hell of a greedy. That's what, 5 bases at 7 minutes. That's pretty much unheard of, really.
Yeah, but well, now it's making its first Tempest.
Yeah. But you do have a couple of cyclones out, which is quite good for dealing with that, and you've also got a few Vikings as well. So
Yeah, it's not doesn't look that bad for me, but let's see when I move out at some point.
oh god, 6 bases, 7. Is it 7? Yes, 7 bases.
Yeah, that's pretty
Wow,
interesting.
that's a macro. So Mindme is saying it's a bit of a bug. You should be making more production buildings, but the resources upset these bases. Oh, okay, so he's going with the Ketrock theory. It's a similar thing to Ketrock does, but obviously Ketrock is a lot more pronounced in it. It's just like if he has 400 free minerals, he'll throw down a command center or something.
Yeah,
So it looks like additional pylons is it's pretty much doing the same. And yeah, floating 2,000 minerals at the moment.
yeah. But let's see, they may like distract me a bit.
Yeah,
Oh, my army is getting pulled in different sides by the phoenixes flying around. And
yeah. But it looks like you're going to be able to take down this army here quite easily. Oh, you still don't notice this extra nexus here. Wow. And yeah, 2,000 spare minerals for additional pylons he's floating, and you know all these bases, and only 89 workers. It looks like these phoenixes are going to get taken down. Maybe not quite. But yeah, there's 3 more tempests out on the map somewhere, but you've got a huge army lead at the moment.
yeah, but this is it's. I could probably just win if I moved across the map, but like these units are on different sides of the army, and it's pulling the army into different directions, so it's not that great.
Yeah. But you're getting these tempests down pretty quickly.
Yeah, but I'm running out of cyclones, and they are the ones that deal the best damage.
Yeah. There's only 1 left, is there now? Oh, no, 2.
2 at least, but one now.
Yeah. Vikings would be useful as well if you could grab some of those. There's a few of them around.
Yeah, I should be making them, but maybe I just have too many barracks and so on.
Yeah.
All the gold, all the money goes to minerals go to those. Yeah, this is not looking good.
No. There is a small. I don't know if you'd even call it an attack over there, but um, yeah, I think the probe just wanted to build a nexus there. Wow, that's every single base that's not occupied is now got a nexus at.
Yeah, I think that's game pretty much.
Yeah. He's got a little bit of a lead, but I don't think
But there's
it's.
six Tempests and
Yeah, that's problematic. Yeah, if you look at the income at the moment, additional pylons still quite in the lead. APM, you've got quite a low bot APM actually, compared to a lot of bots. Additional pylons is up there in the 45,000 range. You're still only hitting 5,000, so that's quite good.
yeah, I think additional pylons is also doing the worker buffing thing.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that, so it's quite a lot of APM.
yeah, especially at this stage in the game with that many nexuses. I would expect if he was doing the mineral trick, it would probably be a lot more maybe, but I don't know. Yeah, so it's a nice little composition here from additional pylons. I think that if you'd have attacked in earlier, you probably would have won, but you let him get up to this many tempests, it's very difficult.
Yeah, but I think even at the time I did move out, it would have been okay if I had just moved across the map. But
Yeah,
because there were stalkers like on the top side and some phoenixes flying around, and my army wasn't moving anywhere, and then it took way too long to get
yeah,
across.
yeah, definitely. Oh, well, unless there's any objection, I will fast forward the end of this game. It doesn't look like we've
Yeah,
got
sure.
much hope, um, but that was fun. And they're building a nexus. I gotta love the amount of nexuses that additional pylons building.
Yeah, that's another thing. It actually like works okay against my like attack because it also distracts my units.
Yeah,
Is that they don't go for the main or something? They just go for the nearest nexus and so on.
yeah, absolutely. It's a big problem. If you'd have gone directly for the single Stargate that was producing, then that would have been a lot better, I think. Um, but yeah, I mean, have you got anything that you think might beat that build, or any ways
No,
you'd
my
change?
bot does pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
Like that's like like it's not very good in a series in a way. Although funnily enough, in ProBots it had like 3 or something, like 3 game
yeah,
series or even 4.
yeah.
But that was a bit random maybe.
I
But
mean,
like I think we can play the same game and I might win like that if the units are just in a bit differently set up, that I can sort of move forward and actually attack. But let's see.
yeah. Let's have a look at game two then. Um, this one is on. I can't remember what it's on actually. Um, this one should be on Golden Wall.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm guessing Golden Wall is something that might kick up a few different scenarios as well. So you never know what you're going to get there.
Yeah, I don't use the bottoms. Or shall we start the game or?
I'm just loading up. So just,
Okay, so I don't expand to the bottom side right now, but like like the middle of the map. Like of course, like in a way it might be good for me because the like path to attack is pretty straight. That like when I just move along the map, like I can sort of like the additional pylons expansions won't be like so
yeah,
much how would
it,
I say?
it's either directly in your face or you've got a direct path to the opponent's base.
Yeah, like I will be moving towards the main probably, but also the middle of the map is pretty good for tempests. Like there's these minerals and so on
Yeah,
that block the pathing. So if they are set up in a good position, then it can be a disaster.
Yeah. Well, give me a shout when you're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Bin down in the bottom left. Down, up 1 to 0. Additional pylons. Failure is not an option, bundled with your software update. 16th of April. Yeah, 2 days ago. Now spot, you're down in the bottom right on Golden Wall. It is the blue red Terran Spuder. Or Spuder. Sorry, I'll get the pronunciation right one of these times. But definitely not the German potato.
Yeah, that was one thing that last game I sort of noticed that like I should be making lots of Vikings, but I didn't seem to have the resources to make them. That I think I had too many Raxes and I prioritized making Rax units, so
Yeah.
it was like I didn't. It was not exactly well thought out how many of each I should have. But
Yeah, getting Marines out is still pretty important to deal with a lot of the units that they're throwing at you, and obviously Marauders to deal with Stalkers is good.
yeah, but like I specifically like want to sort of when I spot the early Stargate or Tempest, and I want to make units that are good against them. So, and of course it's fine to have some amount of bio, but
Yeah.
I would like to have more Vikings because it's also easier for them to hit the Tempest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have Vikings. Cyclones are good, but essentially they can get picked off by the Tempest pretty easily.
Yeah, Getrock is saying that a lot of Vikings died to Phoenixes before reaching the Tempest, but it might be I didn't notice what happened.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. So maybe there is a method to the madness of the Tempest play. Yeah, so it looks like a pretty similar build. I think it was about this time that Additional Pylons was putting out the third Nexus.
Yeah, my Reaper is, let's see, it
Yeah,
could have chased the probe and killed it, but
I think it's better off to try and get the probes in the main. There's not a lot of defense here.
yeah, it could, like right now it could get a lot done, but it's a
Yeah.
bit, its behavior is not very good.
I kept getting distracted by the pylon. Like,
Yeah, I'm not actually sure because like this Reaper was something I changed at some point during Probots and I never made it work properly and
yeah.
I don't exactly know why it behaves like this. I should
I mean,
figure it out.
if you could get that pylon, that would be huge, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, but it should be targeting the probes
Yeah,
and I'm not exactly sure why it's doing what it's doing.
it's got a lot of damaged probes around, so. Now it's getting a bit more damage on some probes.
Yeah, somehow when the Stalker pops out, it sort of puts it into a different behavior and it starts actually moving more sensibly, but
Yeah, it's got
yeah, now
taken
it
down.
died.
Then the Stargate's coming out. Third Nexus, this time on the Golden base. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, according from Additional Pylons. No, that's not true. I don't have a plan even before I get punched in the mouth. Wonder what that quote's from. Maybe someone in chat can tell us. It's probably something really famous that I'm going to get. Oh, it's a Mike Tyson quote. Okay. So that's why I never got it. I'm not a big boxing fan, but oh well. Did you ever think about putting chat into your bot or some taunts in there?
Not really.
You should. Taunting the opponent is a big part of this game, man. I'm not sure Mike Tyson qualifies as the greatest philosopher. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. If Mike Tyson was around, I wouldn't argue with him being the philosopher, especially if he had some boxing gloves on quite near me. But we'll ignore that one. Moving into main mode. Oh, okay. So there is actually a trigger for the quote that looks like that is basically him changing strategies or switching to a different part of the strategy. I guess there's a different one for each one.
Yeah, so it has this AP doing the same thing. It has 2 phoenixes at least.
Yeah. So it's coming more into the choke point this time. So it doesn't look like it's going to get a lot done. And this is.
Oh, the tank was. Not sure what's happening there.
I'm not sure where this Phoenix is going.
It's scouting, I guess.
Yeah. So you're going to have to take the gold base now. Which is good. I think you've only got like a single Viking out, which is not great at the moment.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and it seems like I should look at a bit at what I prioritize building and how many of different production buildings I have, because the starport is sitting idle for a while, like for quite a while often.
Yeah.
Like all the minerals go to marines or something, and then
Yeah, while it's important to have Marines out, I think Vikings would probably serve you better in the current setup.
yeah.
So yeah, it does look like Protoss is just going to get to that critical mass pretty soon. Just roll through.
Yeah. Yep.
It's coming out for a bit of an attack.
But oh no, I was checking that this AP, its supply blocked quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like Mind Me was saying that it has some pylon bug, but I'm not sure if this is like that it's not sort of.
No, mine was saying it's stuck and might end, but I think it's doing pretty well now. So. Okay, so mine was saying that it was stuck and can't produce pylons, so the only way it's getting extra supply is with nexuses. But it's building enough nexuses that I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah, but it's floating a lot of stuff because it can't build anything, or a lot of resources. Like I would be very screwed if it was building stuff all the time, but let's see. I should start moving out soon, so let's see what happens in this game.
Yeah, so it looks like additional pylons can't build pylons. Oh, but it is building one, so okay.
Yeah, okay, so there's 3 Tempests only.
Yeah.
And where is the arm? Oh, it's up high.
Yeah, it's down there firing on. It looks like the Cyclones are getting good lock-ons anyway, so... So, I'm not sure what the correct tactic is here. I guess if you can't actually get any more supply than you have, destroy all the expensive units, and then, they'll just be forced to build cheap units instead.
Yeah, the same thing happens again. Firstly my sort of Cyclones and Tempests started diving on Cyclones and Vikings started diving on the Tempests over the Stalkers, which wasn't ideal. But then again, the same thing happens, that or additional pylons army is sort of kiting in different directions, and my army is just getting pulled in
Yeah,
and it's not really doesn't have like an objective it is trying to go to.
yeah, it's just not getting enough DPS down at the moment. Um, but there are so many Nexuses to go through, even if you did manage to win.
Yeah, it's not looking good because there's only 4 Tempests, but it's still too much for me.
Yeah, and even though Mind Me um, can't build any more supply, he's at 192. Well, he's at 200, so that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think that he is fine on that one. Uh, he built enough Nexuses. Yeah, he's nowhere near being able to saturate all of those bases though. So neither of the two bots are actually using the bottom platform either.
Yeah.
I guess it's really difficult to program for that.
No, well, it's not so difficult to just expand into like when like for example when the
Yeah,
oh well I think the annoying part maybe like it's easy to just expand there, but then like how do you like let's say I float the base there and that gets attacked, like what do I do then? Like there's some like weird cases that
yeah.
like if I can't even move my army there.
Yeah, mine was saying that his minerals, like too many minerals, so build an excess, and that basically fixed his problems. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah, it does look like there's a few exploitable points that you could use with this additional pylons, but yeah, there's
Yeah,
just way
yeah.
too many.
Like I think in general, like this is one thing that comes up against many bots, like Ketrox bot and additional pylons and maybe even Micro Machine and Strelok and like many bots do this sort of kiting back and forth, and
Yeah,
my army should have like a clear goal where it wants to move instead of just chasing the units around in a, because it can't sort of reach them. And like if
yeah,
I just sort of left when the units go like up high, I should just run towards the main or something, and just let them be.
yeah.
But
It's difficult though because you need to kind of assess what's a big threat to your army, because if there's a big
yeah,
threat
yeah,
there,
it is tricky. That like of course if the entire army is there, I shouldn't just ignore it.
yeah,
Like so it's not so simple, but like but in general, like fixing like of course one option is to just like go mass air or something to avoid the entire problem in a way that you can then
yeah.
be the one like kiting around. And but if you play like ground based, then you have to have some sort of a solution for it.
Yeah, it's a very difficult situation and something that obviously as humans you can pretty easily just work out, but as a bot author it's very difficult to kind of like get the right balance there. It's similar to the problem of Tempests and Vikings and trying to figure out when to go in and what is a big threat and what isn't.
Yeah, but we can fast forward, I guess. This is not that competitive anymore.
Yeah, I guess so. So additional pylons will take a 2-0 lead. Not looking good, sorry Spud. uh, I mean, it would be good. Like, I think at the moment the problem we have with this kind of format is it does lend itself very much to people sniping builds and other bots. And I'm not sure if there's something else we can do to maybe spice up the format a bit. Um, we'll look at something to make to give the champion a bit more of an advantage, maybe. Um, see what we can do.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, there's many bots that like would change their strategy also if they lose,
Yeah,
but I don't. So that's like a bit of a problem in this sort of a series, that it's going to be a similar game if the opponent also plays against some, like in Probots, the result changed quite a few times based on the map or some random things, but against this it seems like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and also I think like the map will make a difference because obviously shorter rush distances will lend themselves more to kind of like your strategy of attacking and reacting to the bot. I think you can get the units there faster, but obviously on some of the longer maps and maybe Golden Wall, like it probably lends itself a bit more towards additional pylons of taking up Tempests and waiting so that things that can kill you.
Yeah, like I should have like just better like scouting versus protos to decide if I can attack earlier. I should go earlier.
Yeah, maybe.
But then also just have like somehow better control with the army,
Yeah,
so it doesn't get pulled apart like that.
yeah, just sort of like more kind of like a focused strategy rather than just chase the nearest enemy, I guess. Anyway, let's have a look at game 3 if you've got that up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Down 2-0 in the bottom left. It is Spart. And up in the top right, looking to take the perfect 3-0. Additional pylons. I don't believe in miracles, I rely on them. That's actually a different chat message than last time. I wonder if he's going to change the strategy. Maybe he will. Doesn't look like it for the moment, though. So yeah, still going with a pretty greedy early build. I thought.
Yeah, I should really. That's also one thing I should. Like it's the, I guess, not sure what the appropriate meme is in the StarCraft context. Like when you say that, like my bot goes well, or plays well, except I have to work on absolutely everything. Like, but
Yeah,
like I should also like figure out like this, like when I have a certain amount of workers, like what, like how many units I can actually do and what upgrades I can do at the same time, because I have for a lot of the time my some production buildings are just sitting idle, and
yeah.
it's not so optimal, I think.
I think like a lot of the thing is though, with something like this, there's always stuff you can work on, always things you can improve. No bot is ever going to be perfect, and you know,
Yeah, but this was some like this, like the amount of stuff I have in what order it's sort of.
yeah,
I was sort of winging it quite a long time ago, and I don't play actively myself, so it's sort of it can be quite off in some cases.
yeah, yeah. I guess that's a bit of a disadvantage as well. If you don't play a lot yourself, you don't have a kind of feel for exactly what the units are capable of. Yeah. So the Reaper is going to get into the base. See if he can do any more damage this time.
Nice. It's doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's literally just going for the nearest fruit and then just
Yeah, it's
losing it.
also trying it. Yeah, it's also targeting the always the gas probes are the ones that are
Yeah,
closest, and they go hiding in the gas building, so
yeah.
it always sort of loses its target. I think that's part of what's going on.
So there was one gas probe that turned around there and tried to attack.
But it's got 3 kills at least, so it's better than
Yeah.
last game, I think.
See, in low-level games, like targeting the gas probes is sometimes the best play, because a lot of people forget to reassign the probes to the gas, and then just end up like gasgated for the entire game. So I don't know if that works with bots as well, but yeah, certainly in low levels of play, like we're talking like gold and flat level.
Yeah.
Which is the terrible level I play at. Although I haven't played in a long time either. So
Yeah, I was around that level in Wings of Liberty, but I haven't played after that, so...
yeah.
Like, I would say I sort of broadly know approximately what to do, but like for example with the production buildings, it's sort of... It can be somewhat off, and then my one build, I just don't have the resources to build something from
Yeah.
the amount of buildings I have and stuff. But also I should just, I think, prioritize better that, like, leave the racks not producing anything for a while if I really want a Viking and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's just a case of getting enough minerals and gas to build the right units. I mean, you can probably even cut another rax out. Oh, you've only got one rax in there, have you?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah, I
see.
have only one, but I
Yeah,
think in previous games I have had already 2 raxes for some reason. I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm
yeah,
not sure why I had the second rack so much earlier. Because now, like, when I have one of each, I can produce from all of them,
yeah. That
I think.
works. Although you say
Now
that,
it's
but no.
now it's putting the second direction. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, so that's not too bad. Um, you're still able to produce like quite a lot of Vikings, I think. Or well, it's going into cyclones.
But yeah, like in this case, for example, I could, like, my SCV is scouting around. If I could sort of notice that, okay, the enemy is on free base and has 3 stalkers and 3 zealots to defend, I could just move across and win.
Yeah,
But or at least take out the third base or something.
yeah. You'd certainly get a lot of damage done anyway.
Yes, but I don't do that at the moment, so...
Yeah,
Also the fleet beacon is at the third base, that would be nice to kill, but oh well.
yeah. So one thing about this map, it's quite a big map as well. So there's lots of bases for additional pylons to take. Yeah. So Momo was saying that he doesn't actually play SC2 either. Things like I used to play it quite a lot, and just last like little while I haven't played it at all.
Yeah, but this is now, you can again see that additional pylons, it's getting supply block done.
Yeah.
It's starting, it's expanding.
It's got plenty of places to expand to, and so I don't see it becoming a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably doesn't need to build pylons.
No.
But I just find it funny that the bot named additional pylons has a problem building pylons. I mean, maybe that's where the name comes from, but you know. There we go. So it's starting a little bit of a move out. Your army is pretty much just sitting at the third, not doing a lot at the moment. It's been pretty pacifist so far. Only 6 units lost in the first 7 minutes of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't move out early against Protoss. Like, against both Terran and Zerg, I do some a bit earlier moves, but
Yeah,
like against, like, I should have like different variations in what to do, but against Protoss generally, like a lot of Protoss bots have played like 2 base Stalker or something, or Stalker immortal and this sort of stuff, and I didn't find it that easy to go out on the map against those sorts of things.
Yeah. So here is the move out. I don't think it's going to get a lot done though, unfortunately.
Well, it's
Maybe.
getting at
Oh,
least
yeah.
across the map a bit, that it's not getting stuck like
Yeah.
somewhere.
So yeah, it's going to get a bit sandwiched here by the Protoss army and at the base over here.
Yeah, the Vikings they are just dying because they dive and start shooting the Tempest, and the Phoenixes and Stalkers are like they can kill them very easily.
Yeah.
Now the terrain is very not nice. Like the Tempests are hiding behind the thing and like the edge, and my bio is running in different directions.
Yeah, it's not the easiest maps to go bio against Tempests on.
Yeah, or well, I should just like be able to move the units around differently. That I could try like send different squads to kill bases or stuff like that. But if I just go in the middle of the map to be sniped at from all directions, then it's not very good.
Yeah, that's not going to work out well for you. Having sort of like little special forces squads and do some drops and stuff like that would definitely improve things, I think, especially early in the game. Yeah, I kept just pointing out that you're using a lot of stim as well for your bio units.
Yeah, that's true. The reason generally I have medivacs, but the reason like I don't have them now is that like when it spots these tempests and so on, I want to pump out Vikings, but that was my last day fix for Sharkbot to be able to do something against its tempests and Void Rays. So that's the reason. It's not sure what the optimal composition would be, but like that's the reason it's the way it is currently.
Yeah. So pumping in last minute fixes to bots and stuff is obviously not the greatest thing, but something we all do, and most of them don't work.
Yeah, well, this is a very similar game as the two previous ones.
Yeah, it's looks like the Tempests are just about destroying everything. There's a small little attack over here. As the third base is pretty much taken down. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of hope, sorry, Spud.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is something new as well. I don't think we saw much of this in the previous two games with the little stalker hit squads.
Yeah. I think that's a bug that there's only one SCV repairing the planetary. Yeah. We should have some more. I don't know why exactly. Oh, now there's two. I don't really know why it's like that.
Yeah, unless it's something to do with how much damage they need to repair or something. But I think a lot of those repair store SCVs are getting targeted down, or at least one of them was. If nothing else, it's using up a lot of your minerals. And now it seems to be jumping on top of the production and taking everything out.
Yeah.
So yeah, unless you have a giant objection, I may just hasten the end.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of hope left for Spud, sorry. As we even have a Nexus over here and over here. Oh well, congratulations to MindMe and additional pylons. 3-0 victory. It is now our new champion. And commiserations, Spud. It was a short reign, but you done well last week to beat out Sharkbot. So congratulations on that. You
Yeah,
had the 1 week.
good game.
And yeah, it's a good game tonight. And I'm sure we'll figure out a worthy opponent for additional pylons for next week. So
Maybe Micro Machine can come now that Sharkbot isn't there to beat it.
yeah, that would be great. I will speak with Raf and see if I can convince him. But yeah, it would be fun to get Micro Machine in, definitely. But yeah, well, thank you very much, Bob, for joining us. It's been a fun reign, even if it was short but sweet. But yeah, and thanks to MindMe for additional pylons. A great bot is our new champion, and I guess so. We'll be back next week, and we'll find another challenger for additional pylons. So thanks, Spud. Thanks everyone for joining us,
Yeah,
and
thanks.
we'll speak to you next week.